So lucky in real estate, you know, you started doing really good right away. You were making $1 million a year by the time you were 22 years old, and geez, it just came natural. Bullshit. It was marketing and it was branding, right? So you guys, if you watch me on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, I'm always into branding, right? My clothes are branded, my giveaways, my tchotchkes, everything on earth is branded. So branding is the most absolute important thing to me in this industry. So when we got our HomeSmart technology, cool, blown away, right? How many of you have logged into our dashboard and created things? Okay, half of us. So I like it, but would you admit it might be a little buggy, a little, yeah, right? So when I was introduced to this company and I had a demo, well, like I said on my Facebook Live last night, I wasn't kidding. It took about 30 seconds for me to say, stop, sign me up, because that's how simple it was. So Brooke has been so awesome enough to go to Northridge and Palmdale and show them, and we have a lot of agents signed up on that. Have you guys seen any of my stuff lately? A lot of the stuff, there's like open house flyers we've been doing and Team Bjorkman pending flyers we've been doing, and those things literally take a few minutes to pump out. And I'm sure she's going to show you all this. I just wanted to have you guys pay attention to a couple things. So a buyer's presentation here, who in this room is using a buyer presentation every single time you have a new buyer? Okay, so after today, you can have one by tonight. Same with the listing presentation, same with your email signatures, all these really cool things that we want, but we're not about to go pay somebody, you know, $200 an hour to design a postcard for us or something like that. This is all done, right? We've had the pleasure of having other HomeSmarts in our region have them build this out for them, so it's already done for us. We don't even have to wait. All we have to do is upload our logos. They have our branding, they have all of our tools, our technology, all kinds of cool stuff. And I know I should shut up and just let you show it. I really want to focus on some of the things, how easy it is. So a couple things, like I haven't seen your other two presentations, so I want to pull photos from the social media for the posts.
Oh yeah.
I want to show the listing presentation and I'll shut up. Can you guys give her a nice HomeSmart welcome? All right, can you guys see that okay?
So I'll duck every now and then. So after this presentation, we're going to have a sign-up sheet for you, wherever Martha is.
I'm going to get it.
There you are. You're going to put your name down, and then we'll give you an invitation to sign up for this. And then once you have that invitation, this is what you're going to get. So this is the platform. You're going to get an invitation. You're going to create a password, and you're going to open up to your dashboard. My dashboard has designs on it because I've been showing other HomeSmart offices how to do it. I've been playing around in the design. So yours is going to be empty. Don't worry, it'll fill up pretty soon. And the first thing you'll want to do is fill out all of your information. All this information, like your address, your name, your BRE number, your phone number, your website, if you have a tagline, put that in there, your headshot, your personal logo. So if you have your own branded logo, your team logo, you can put that in there. This will auto-populate across every piece of collateral that's on this platform. So if you open up a business card, if you open up a property flyer, anything, your information will be there, so you don't have to worry about putting your phone number and your contact information every time you want to create a piece. So here we have all of the designs: social media, office social media, business cards, email signatures, for sale and open house signs, property flyers, promotional flyers, your marketing presentation, Facebook banner, all kinds of fun stuff. So just to kind of give you an idea of how easy this is, I'm going to open up a property flyer, and I'm just going to do the first. Oh, before I show you how to use it, there are different versions of property flyers. So we've worked with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of real estate agents in the Southern California area doing personal branding. So, you know, we would come up with their name, even their logos, their websites, so they had a whole complete cohesive brand. And we were like, why don't we just create something where agents can do it themselves? They don't have to, you know, figure out how to create a postcard. Where do I put pictures? How do I structure the font? What font do I even use? We figure all that out for you using the HomeSmart brand, but you can customize it using your own brand. So now you don't have to figure out, like, how am I going to create a flyer, and not only a flyer, but a flyer that stands out and looks good and makes you look like the expert that you are. Instead of using something that looks like it's from 1985 or even 2005, it's not going to look that good, and then people are going to think that you're not that great of a real estate agent. But when you have something that looks amazing, you're an amazing real estate agent. So you can co-brand on here. We have double-sided, single-sided, all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm just going to open up a piece here. And once it opens up, your design center is going to open, and here you can make all kinds of fun customizations. So again, the designers that created this were already thinking about hierarchy of information. You don't have to try to figure out where to put the title, where to put the disclaimer, where to put the price. It's all there for you. All you have to do is just change the colors of them if you want, replace your photos, replace the information, and then you're done. So all these photos here are obviously stock photos, so you're not selling this house, so we're going to change those. So all you have to do to change anything is just click on it. Even with text, once you click on it, you'll see a little box go around it with circles. That means it's editable, so I can change all this. So I'm going to change this main picture here, obviously, because it's not my house. So I'm going to go over here, grab from my computer. Let's say I'll use this one. So I have my house that I'm selling, and it's replaced. I can move it around. I can stretch it out. Maybe I really want to show off that fireplace. Bam, now I'm going to change this picture. I'll grab another one. Maybe I want to do outside picture. There you go. Maybe I don't want this to be red. So I'll select it, and you can see up here where my mouse is the color of the font that it currently is. And maybe I'll make it white also. And then maybe here I can say, maybe I don't want it to say just listed. Maybe I want it to say, you're invited. And then I can change the property information. I can change the price. Maybe it's not 7. Oh, it's really small on my computer right now. Maybe let's just up that to 10. And it's a double-sided, so I can change all this information. And as you can see on the back side, all of my information has auto-populated. So I don't have to worry about placing my headshot or my logo. It's already there. I don't have to worry about it. And my disclaimer is there. It's done. It's good to go. So I've made my little, my website auto-populated. I didn't have to put that in. So I made those little changes, updated my property information, and there's a few things I can do. So first I'll save it, and I can download it in a few ways, and I can share it to social media. So if I want to share my property photo, I can share it to Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn, which I'll show you how to do that in depth in a little bit. Or I can download it as a PDF. I can download it as a commercial print PDF, which just means it'll have the crop and bleed lines on it. So if you email it off to the print company that you use, it'll print out correctly. It won't be skewed. Or you can save it as a PNG or JPEG. That's really helpful if you use like MailChimp or Constant Contact and you want to put the picture in the body of the email and not just have it as like a PDF attachment. That's a great way to do it. So I can save that, or I can click on the print shop. Maybe I don't have a print company that I use, so I can go here to the print shop. And it's a print company that we found. We shopped for competitive pricing print companies all over Los Angeles, and we found one that we were able to integrate with our platform here. You can pick out satin finish, gloss, how many you want, proceed, and put your credit card information, and it'll get sent out. Cool thing, if you make an order before 10 a.m., you can get it the next day. If not, it's 2 business days. So that's pretty cool.
Do you have to go pick it up from them, or do they ship it to you?
They'll ship it to you. Yeah, so it's 24 hours that it'll get back to you if you get it before 10, the order before 10. So since I saved it, it's now on my dashboard. From here, I can reprint it again from the print shop. I can delete it, or I can duplicate it. So maybe all those little changes that I made to the flyer, you know, I changed the color of the font, I said you're invited. Maybe I want to keep all those little changes, but I just want to put new property information. Once I duplicate it, it'll open up a separate piece, and I can input my new property information from there. So that took me, like, without talking, would take me 30 seconds to do.
Is that pretty cool, you guys?
A cool thing about postcards too, so here's a bunch of different postcards. You have everything from just listed, most of them are just listed, but you have market updates. You have, let's just do this one here. This is a pretty cool one. So there's a special little treat for the postcard print shop that you can do. When you go to the print shop, you can, so, you know, a lot of times when you're sending out your postcards to a firm of a bunch of addresses, and you can sit there, put all the stamps on them, write out the address, and you can totally do that if you want. You can go to the print shop, mail to agent, select the, you know, the kind of postcard that you want to print out, and they'll get sent to you, and then you can send them out to your farm. Or you can click mailing list here, select your file, upload your CSV file from your computer, pick the first class or third class, the finish that you want, how many, proceed, and then it gets sent out for you to all those addresses. So you don't even have to worry about it anymore.
Where would you guys get that list? Okay.
That was a tough one, guys. Thanks for the hesitation. Thank you.
I had no hesitation. It is you in my face right behind
You guys see how clean and modern all this branding is?
Yes.
It's really awesome
So
stuff. These guys do all the Beverly Hills KW work and all that stuff. So we have the total advantage of stealing from the best of the best already.
exactly. And what else is cool is, let's say you're sending out a market update and maybe you only have, you know, 2 houses that you want to show off, and maybe you want to show off some lifestyle, or maybe it's not even on a postcard. There's plenty of other pieces of collateral that you can edit to use this, but I'm just going to show you on a postcard. Let's say this picture you don't want to use it as a listing. You can come over here to this box right here, and you can click in a keyword, and you have a choice from 1 million copyright-free stock photos. So let me think, mountains. I can type in mountains, family, beach. I mean, anything you can think of, and that will replace, just like it does. That doesn't really look like this area, but we'll just pretend. It'll replace, and you'll have some great imagery. You don't have to go and take pictures yourself. And then it'll switch out. You can move that around, get those nice mountains in there. There you go. So you have 1 million photos to choose from if you have terrible ones on your computer. You can also grab from here. I'll show you that on another piece. So I'm going to get out of here.
You guys know how much it is for a subscription to 1 million copyright-free photos?
Or sometimes you have to pay for them individually too.
Yeah.
So there's that.
It's a couple $100 a month to have that subscription.
So our most popular section of this platform is the social media post. And this is all goes back to the branding. If you are an amazing real estate agent, everybody else who's a real estate agent is saying that they're awesome. And 80 to 90% of people who are shopping for a home or need a real estate agent will use the first one that they think of. And if you have no presence online, they're not going to think of you. So this is where the social media posts come into play. And the next challenge is not only using social media, but what do I say? You know, what do I have to say? I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to make it look good. Now you don't have to worry about it. You have personal branding, so you can have just quotes. It doesn't even have to be about the product you're selling, even if you don't have a home that you're listing, or maybe you don't have someone who just bought a home with you. You don't have to worry about that. You have personal branding, you have market updates, you have little calls to action, like looking for a new home, come work with me. When they start seeing you on their feed, they're gonna remember you, and they're gonna be more likely to remember you also because the design is so good. So they're gonna pay more attention to what you have to say. So let's say I want to use this one, what our clients are saying. So maybe you have a testimonial. You just had some clients that bought their first home, and you want to put their picture on here, put their little quote. So maybe they said, John Smith was the best agent ever. Says Janet Smith. We'll change her last name. Janet Jackson. And again, if you can change, so you know, if you don't want it to be 2 lines, you can just stretch that out a little bit. There you go. Now you have a full name in there. Obviously, this probably isn't your family that you just sold the home to. So what's cool is not only can you post to social media, which I'll show you how to do, but you can take from your social media. So maybe a couple months ago, you posted on your Facebook a family that you sold a home to, and you want to, put the little testimonial with the design on it. So I'm going to go to my Facebook here, select an album, and I'm going to grab my little family here. Han Solo and Princess Leia just bought a home. Oh, sorry. I didn't move this. So that's going to replace. They're so happy with their new Millennium Falcon. And maybe you can change, maybe you want to change the font. You can change that too. Maybe you want something a little more traditional looking. You can do that. Maybe you want to change this font to the same one. There you go. You can also move this down. Maybe you want to get her eyes in there a little better. Maybe you want to change the color of the overlay. So some design elements are locked, meaning you can't just click on it and change it as easily, because then you might compromise the actual design of it, but you can still make the change. So if I want to change this overlay, I can go to the layers over here to the right, and I can click on anything that's grayed out, means that it's locked. So these are all the design elements of the piece. So once I click that block 1, the little box goes around it, I'll click unlock, and there's a couple things I can do. So now this part has showed up. So I can change the color of this. I can go maybe white, maybe I want to go black, or I can get rid of it entirely. Can change, get rid of that, or I can just delete it. And then maybe I want to move this up here. And then maybe I want to put Janet up here. And then we can get rid of this one too. Delete, done. Now I can see everybody, my lovely family. So from here, we have a share button next to the download button. I can share this to Facebook, so I can just click on Facebook. It'll save it, a little box will pop up. So happy for the Solos. Post to Facebook, and it goes on your Facebook. You can do this also with Twitter and LinkedIn. Instagram, they're a little feistier. They're not allowing any third parties to post from their platforms. They are working on a beta program that's slowly but surely rolling that out. In the meantime, you'll just have to email it to yourself, or if you have a Mac, you can text it to yourself and then post on Instagram from there. But you can still grab from Instagram. So if you took a picture on Instagram, you can grab from there too and switch that out. So there's all my Instagram pictures. So, or you can just grab from your computer too. What do you think so far?
Is there like a my file I could save everything? Like my file?
Once you save it, it's going to go to your dashboard. And you can also save it. Maybe you want to name it. Maybe you want to use this design a lot. You could say like, this is the Han Solo sale. Save. And it'll go on your dashboard how you saved it. So let's say, it's really far down since I've been making a lot of designs. And I'm like, oh, I just sold that house to Han Solo. There it is. Okay. Now I remember where it is. And then you can search it based on that. You can input the property address. It's really easy.
So when you save it, it doesn't adjust or do anything to the basic template?
Yeah, so here's the best part is a lot of people, when they first get this, they're a little afraid to mess up because it's this new system, it's this new program, and you're like, I don't want to ruin anything. So if you create a piece, and again, it's also kind of hard to really screw up a piece. You have to go in here and actually like delete everything, or maybe you did it with your eyes closed and you picked the wrong colors for everything. So maybe you like moved this over here and somehow you selected it and you made it red and you did all kinds of crazy stuff. Maybe you deleted the picture and now it has nothing, and maybe you just can't figure out how to get it back. Worst case scenario is you can get out of it, not save it. I'll go back to my create new social media post, and the original is always going to be there. It's right here. So you could just ruin it completely, which I don't think you will. No one has done that yet. You could just ruin the design totally. The original will always be there, and it is physically impossible for you to ruin the original. We can only upload and delete originals, and we won't do that. So, yeah.
Can you like start adjusting it and then save it and then make more changes and then save it and then go back to one that you saved?
So when you make a change to something, I would save it after every change, just so you don't have to go back and continue to make changes. Let's say you updated the picture, you changed out the text, you'll save that, and once you save it, it goes on your dashboard. If you don't click save and you X out of it, it'll ask you, are you sure you want to leave this? And then you could say yes or no. If you want to create a piece that piggybacks off the new designs, then you duplicate it from the dashboard. And then you have a bunch of new pieces from the piece that you created originally. But the original piece with this default photo, with this Latin text, will always be there. Janet Smith is always going to be there talking Latin. So you don't have to worry about ruining everything. And I recommend once you get your invitation, go in there and try to mess up, because that's how you'll learn how to use it real quick. You can make a property flyer in 2 minutes once you've gone in there and kind of seen how everything works.
And then also the backspace too, or you have the reverse, I don't know what it's called. It's the little
There's
arrows.
an undo button too, so you can undo
button,
something.
Yeah, it was awesome. When I was first messing with it, that was the easiest way. You're oh wait, I didn't like that. And you can just click back twice and
Yes,
you're
you can
totally
click
back to
undo.
normal, yeah.
Or if you've made so many changes and you take a step back and you're okay, purple and brown don't go well together, you can go back to the beginning and start fresh. I don't recommend doing that though. While the marketing presentation is loading, I want to show you a couple of other cool things. On your dashboard, you have kind of 3 different ways to get help on how to use this. So if after this everything's gone out in one ear and out the other, we have down here video tutorials. So everything from how to access royalty-free images, those stock images I showed you, how to set up your email signature, how to set up your account even, how to print, how to farm and print postcard and mailers, how to post on social media, how to change and add images, everything. There's a little video with a screen share, and they talk you through exactly how to do it. There's also an interactive tutorial that takes you through the entire thing, the entire platform, showing you how to do everything. That will take a bit to load, so we won't worry about that right now to show you. Or let's say you've gone through all of those and you're I still can't figure out how to do this. I made a huge mistake. I don't know how to get out of it. If you don't want to start from scratch again, we also have a support email, which is support@maxadesigns.com, and it'll always be at the top corner here. You can email them, and our actual designers who created this platform are on the other side of that email, who will help you out, and they get back to you really quickly. They can either go into your account and fix the problem for you if you can't figure it out, or they can just call you up and walk you through it. So it's pretty simple. So the the marketing presentation, this is really cool. We thought of everything that you need for marketing and listing. If you were to show this to your clients, they're going to be really impressed by the entire narrative of the listing process that you've come up with. So we have the HomeSmart bio here, kind of about HomeSmart in general. So you have HomeSmart branding to kind of reinforce your expertise. You can change the order of these pages. You can copy pages, you can delete pages. You can go in here, change this if you really want to. We talk about technology. So a couple things I would not recommend just hoping that your auto-populated contact information is in there and then sending it off, because there's a lot of places in here where you're going to need to customize it, or else you're going to send your clients some Latin text and then they're going to get a little confused. So this Latin text is called lorem ipsum. It's just there to show you kind of how the structure of the text works within the design. So these are the testimonials. Right now it's in lorem ipsum, so you're going to want to go in here, add in your own testimonials, maybe change the title, add in the person's name, whose testimonial it actually is. We have HomeSmart stats. Try saying that 10 times fast. We have, if you have a resume of recently sold that you want to show off here, you can totally do that. Maybe you only have 2 sold homes that you want to show off. Maybe the other ones just don't look good or something. You can go in here, click delete all this. You can go through the whole thing and delete. You can show off a little bit different structure. Here's your bio for your personal team or just yourself that you can add in here. And then if you have a whole team of people, you can either put them in here. If you don't have a team of people, just delete the page. And then we have the Home Smart listing process, and then the marketing overview, home staging, professional photography, and then we talk about that on each individual page. So if maybe your home that you're selling does not need staging, maybe it looks amazing, you can talk about something else here instead, or just get rid of the page. Maybe you can put the home picture itself, or maybe you can already put the photography of other homes you use to show how great your staging was on other homes, just to kind of sell it even more. Talk about photography. Maybe there's a specific photographer that you use. You can shout them out here. It's all written for you already, so if you already have, you want to keep the photography and staging, you can leave that. Just double check that there's no Latin text anywhere. It's mostly for things pertaining to you personally or your team. We talk about the amazing marketing platform that you use. So we talk about the website, direct mail advertising, syndication, open house events, networking, and then a little thank you letter, and then a little closing. Again, you can change out all of this imagery to be whatever you want. You can go in here, grab some lifestyle shots if you want to do that. So maybe I'll grab this. Maybe you're selling a home in Hawaii or something. You could totally put that Hawaiian picture in there. And then that's your listing presentation, or your marketing presentation. Any questions?
Cool, huh?
Everyone's like, huh? You can download this the same way any other piece. You can go through and print this. I don't recommend sharing this on Facebook. It's gonna be a little, I don't know if it's a book, so don't do that. X out of that. Again, if you don't save anything, it'll prompt, so you don't have to worry about not saving it unless you just ignore this and say, yeah, I wanna leave. Again, you'll just have to start from scratch, but not the designs, just the customizations. So, any questions?
So let's say your lender is willing to pay for the half of the printing or whatever. Is there a way to add their information? And
So when you go to print something, let me find something a little smaller. I'll open up the promotional flyers. So these are flyers that are a little more promo-centric. They're not about the listing that you have. If your lender wants to help pay for them, you can just go to the print shop and input their credit card information. You can't put in 2 credit cards at the same time.
where does it print at? Where would we pick it up?
They deliver it to you.
Oh.
So it's delivered to you. So go to print shop, put in how many, or the kind of finish, how many you want, proceed. You'll input all the billing information, and then it'll be sent to you, so you don't have to go pick it up anywhere.
So where do we get that other credit card number?
Your rich
What's
parents.
your secret?
So this is your dashboard. As it piles up, you'll start to see all your cool designs. And every couple of months, we're going to be updating a certain category with new designs. Social media will be first to be updated because that's used the most. Hopefully you're using it the most. So you have new designs, new ideas. Again, all of these, everything on here, we've given you the idea of what you can say, or what the intent is of the flyer or the post or the postcard, whatever it is. But this doesn't have to be an inspirational quote. It can be like a really cool stat, or it could be, like a fact or something. This doesn't have to be a neighborhood update. Maybe you just really like the design of it and you want to show off the homes that you've sold recently or the homes that you're representing that are for sale. It's completely up to you what you want to say, but we've just thought of some things that you can talk about. Oh, my cord. So like here, add value, 8 ways to add value to your home. You can change that to say like 10 ways to buy, whatever. You can change it to say whatever you want, but we've thought of things for you so that, when you're sitting there trying to post social media and be relevant and in the front of people, you're not like, what do I even say? I have nothing to say. I can't think of anything. It's there, and you can at least get a start. This as a JPEG plug it into your MailChimp campaign, I think they call it, or I don't know what it is in Constant Contact. And then this is done. So you don't have to design anything really, just customize it. So these are your email newsletters. These will also be updated with more designs as time goes. I would recommend starting with a business card and an email signature. Those should be the first 2 designs that you start so that you can kind of get your brand started, get your logo in there, plug it into your email account and your business cards, get those printed out, and then you can be on your way to easily branding yourself with this platform.
Brooke, can you show one of those multiple page brochures for the homes?
Yes, property brochures.
These are the things I always want to build, but they're always a pain in the butt, and they're totally done for you, which I love.
Yeah, so there's 3 different kind of styles here. This is more of kind of the luxury style, I would say. And again, the designers, in working in real estate for so long, we've kind of figured out how to even brand certain types of homes. So if you're working on a really high-end home, you want to have high-end design, which means thinner fonts, minimalist structuring, and a little bit more contemporary elements to it. So a lot of white space, and we think of that when we're creating these so that if you're using a really high-end home or selling a really high-end home, you have a property brochure that, here, I'll show it to you this way so you can see. Oops, I'm pressing too many buttons. So you can see the layout of it. So I'll just do it this way. So here's the front page. So now you can kind of really show off that property. Again, you can change all this information. Oh, this is free right now. So you want to make sure that's not free.
See how cool that is, guys? A full-on book of your listing, like the high-end, super high-end.
There's your information right there.
In 24 hours.
Yeah, and your information auto-populates, but maybe on this one you're like, I don't want to give out my mobile number for this property. For some reason, you can just delete it. So it's all customizable even once it's in the design. And then if you changed your address or you changed your phone number, you can always go back to your account information and update that. So there you go. So that's the platform. Hopefully you use it to its extent, because I think it's a really great way, again, to just get out in front of people and differentiate yourself from the thousands of other agents that you're competing with against. And there you go.
She's awesome, huh? So to give you guys an idea, like she said,